Hey there you guys, Shaun here. Hope you guys are having a great day. By the way, another day, another vlog. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a fun one because this is a toy review. I was able to acquire some pieces of merchandise on the day of when they were released for the new film Power Rangers that's coming out in 2017. It's the Morpher from the Power Rangers, like on their suits, and one of the Zords. These are absolutely very cool items, and what you're about to see is me actually checking out these toys and doing a review about them. And I'm not being sponsored by Saban, but I was able to acquire these literally the day when they were released. Here they are. Enjoy. Alright, you guys. The moment I've been waiting for a long time, by the way. If you're hearing a lot of stuff hitting the windows, it's kind of windy out there. Ooh, gee, that's not hail, that's just debris. It's really windy out there. This, my friends, is the Power Rangers Morpher for the new film that's coming out in 2017. This was just released today, along with the Power Sword for the Red Ranger, the gigantic Megazord toy, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord. I'll get to that in a second, but this, my friends, is so cool. Look, you can see my face in all 5 of the power coins. Yes, these are the power coins right here. As you can see, I didn't open it up just yet because I wanted to show you guys the box. Before anybody says anything, I am a big fan of Power Rangers, and I would love to be part of their fan club for this. This is just freaking me out. It is so cool. Now, on the back side here, it shows the Morpher. It's not quite the same as the original Morpher. I do have my green/white Ranger Morpher with me. I'll show you that in a second. What we have here are the 5 coins. Technically there's 6, but there's only 5 right now because the 6th Ranger key is the green one. There's been some teasers going around saying that he may show up in the film. Personally, if it was my opinion, I would have him show up in the next film. There's been some photos flying around out there with Rita Repulsa and her gigantic staff, and in the staff it contains what looks like the green coin. It looks similar to these. Personally, if I was the writers for this film, I wouldn't have the 6th Ranger show up in this first film. I would tease it in the very end of the film, like a special end credit scene where she kind of has the key in her, or the coin in her hands, like I'm gonna get my 6th Ranger or get my own Ranger, and in the next film have it revolve around Tommy and his origin story for the Green Ranger. But anyways, that's just my opinion. If they were planning on making the Morpher for the Green Ranger, this has to be more gold because the original Ranger Morphers are silver, whereas the green/white Ranger's Morpher is gold. I want to get this thing open. And as you can tell, I haven't pulled this thing out yet. This is where the battery is, right down in here. So if I was to use this, no, it doesn't even work. So I can pull it out now. I'm not going to play with it just yet, but ooh, this is so cool. It's been activated. Here we go. By the way, these are the coins: the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Mastodon, Triceratops, Saber-tooth Tiger, and the Pterodactyl. Okay, so right off the bat, this thing is very heavy. It is really heavy. I'm going to pull out the Morpher. I'm going to try not to trigger it. Does it have a backing to it? Oh, it does. Instead of pulling this out, I'm going to look at the power coins. So here we go. And like I figured, it's actually plastic. Not like the coins that are in the original Morphers. But this is the black Mastodon coin right there. You can see the Mastodon very clearly right there. That's actually a lot clearer than I thought. That is really cool. Technically, they're supposed to look like fossils in a way. Notice how the colors actually changed after I pulled it out of the box? That's pretty cool. Originally, it was all like dark and everything, but now we can actually see it. There is the pink Pterodactyl coin. Here comes the blue Triceratops. Oops. There it is. Blue Triceratops. There's the Saber-tooth Tiger. That one's kind of not coming up clearly, but there it is. And last but not least, the most important one of all, the Red Ranger coin, the T-Rex coin. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see these in the film with the pictures there in the center. But these are really cool. They got this really interesting pattern along them. They're supposed to be like some sort of like alien technology or something. So the origin story of the Power Rangers is a little bit different from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but still, that's pretty cool. The idea that it's got this gold band around it on the outside, that's actually pretty cool. There they are. All 5 of them. Now, I gotta figure out how to pull this thing out. 1 second. So here it is. This is the Morpher, and it is gigantic. It's about the size of my hand. Check this out. Look at that. That thing is huge. The on and off buttons are right there. Looks like you got a battery pack right there. Looks like it might take AAA batteries. It's either AAA or AA. I can't really tell. It might be AAA. And I'm looking around to see if there are any other little items on here that nobody else has really seen with the Morpher, but it doesn't look like there's any hidden nicks or nook and crannies in here. So we can basically guess that this is basically it right here for the Morpher. Again, this is the on and off switch right here. There, I just turned it off. And I just turned it on. This is actually a display coin, so it's not like one of the official coins, so I'm going to pop this one out. Ah, there we go. There is the inside right there. It looks like you can see a little bit of the electronics in there. That's pretty cool. Here is the Mastodon key. Whoops, or coin. I keep saying key. I don't know why I keep saying that. Alright, there's the Mastodon. You know what I think it's time for? I think it's morphin' time. That is cool. Oh, that's cool because it opens up and closes. Okay, watch. I'm gonna flip the switch. That is cool. Let's take it out. And here comes the pterodactyl key. I don't think it changes for any of the other keys. Here we go. That looks really cool. It has that really interesting spinning motion there. It locks it in here. As you can see, it opens it up. That is actually really, really cool. Now, I wonder what it looks like without the Ranger key. Let's see what happens. That is really cool. There's the blue Triceratops coin. So basically, it's the exact same thing for all of the coins. I'm going to turn it off. Let's put in the saber-toothed tiger coin. I hear a lot of palm fronds flying around out there. Looks like we're going to have a big mess tomorrow, or maybe this afternoon, or whatever. So this is without the sound, and when I close it in, ooh! And last but not least, before I forget, here comes the T-Rex coin. Alright. It's not in the right way. Hold on. There we go. Sweet. It sounds like it may generate its own electricity, because when I close it, it makes a spinning sound. That's really cool. There it is. There is the Ranger Morpher with the coin inside. And before I forget, here comes the other Morpher from the original series. One second. Yep. That is small compared to this thing. One thing right off the bat is that, yes, this is from the Legacy Edition of the Power Rangers. This is basically a lot more expensive Morpher. It's actually metal instead of plastic. There are a couple pieces on here that are plastic, like the backside here and the little button that opens up the Morpher. Like I said originally, when they actually create the Green Ranger Morpher, I would highly recommend, instead of making it gray, make it look gold like this, because this is the Green Ranger / White Ranger Morpher right here. So it's a lot more, you know, interesting. Now, the one thing that this thing doesn't do is that it doesn't open up like this. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, it kind of does open up a little bit. Like, it opens up there, but it closes supposedly when they morph. I don't know exactly what in the world goes on, but supposedly when it closes like this, that's when they morph. But that's like the exact opposite with the original Power Ranger Morpher, because when they morph, you know, they originally go like, it's Morphin' Time Dragon Zord. That one opens up, and it basically causes them to become the Power Rangers, right? Now, of course, the keys for the Legacy Edition are metal. This is metal. This is obviously of a much better material than, say, the plastic coins. I was kind of fearing that these would be plastic, but, you know, in all honesty, I think it works a lot better in the Morpher and looks cooler this way. No, I think it's a pretty cool toy, and, you know, this isn't all of it. You know, wait, there's more! We got the T-Rex Zord, but we're going to get to that in a second. I really, really like this new Morpher. It does kind of resemble this Morpher in a way. This is still a really cool Morpher, and it is new and unique. It doesn't look exactly like the original one, but like people have been saying, especially Andre, you know, Black Nerd Comedy, it is a reboot. This is actually the only Morpher that I have that has the original, or somewhat original, power coins. Because I remember when the original ones of these came out years ago, they were very cheap looking and very, you know, kind of ridiculous looking, but these look great. This actually looks fantastic for the movie, and I'm really looking forward to when the movie comes out. So there you go, that's the movie Morpher for Power Rangers, and now let's move on to the Zord, the T-Rex Zord. Well, the fun continues, you guys. Here it is, the T-Rex Battle Zord with Red Ranger. Yay! This is actually my first official Red Ranger movie character, and I'll get him out in a second. Now, I didn't realize that this was going to be so big. Does the mouth open up and close? It looks like it does, but it's obviously got this thing stuck into its mouth here. But yes, this is the Zord, and it's got a gun! Now, I know what you're thinking, Shaun, why didn't you get the Megazord? Because normally with the Megazord, you can basically take it apart and create the individual Zords. Well, here's the deal. You can't do that. It doesn't allow you to take it apart and create the individual Zords. But this does. Now, I know it's just one, but there are 5. So what's the deal here? Well, this is 1 out of 5 of the Zords that are going to be basically produced to be sold out in stores. And once you get all 5 of them, you can actually create the Megazord. They call it the Colossal Megazord. Now, keep in mind that I know that the other Megazord does like other items, like it has sound effects and it has some voiceover from the Power Rangers, but in all honesty, if you want to be able to recreate the Megazord by taking it apart and, you know, developing the individual Zords, you have to actually get this. And I know it's probably going to be a bit more pricey, but you know what, in all honesty, I think this is actually a very cool way to do this. Plus, I think when you build the whole gigantic Megazord, this thing is going to be huge. There are some big differences here. You'll notice that the Mastodon is now one of the legs instead of the saber-toothed tiger, which is right here. The Pterodactyl, which used to go in the front, is now developing what are the wings of the Megazord. I actually brought my original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord in here, and I'll show you guys what it is in a second. The thing I'm kind of disappointed about is that they don't have a power sword with this guy. And if you guys remember from the TV series, this wasn't used very often, but the Mastodon head used to be a shield for the Megazord, so that's no longer an option. It's been redone in a way, but still, it's pretty cool looking, and it is, again, a reboot. Now, let's move on and check this thing out. So here it is, the Red Ranger, and let me just say that this looks like a soldier instead of a ranger. Goodness gracious, like a super armed soldier. That is the Red Ranger right there. The other Zords will come with their individual Rangers. Now I need to pull this guy out of his box so we can play with him. Okay, in all honesty, I would consider this Zord abuse. Look at this, they got his head wrapped around here with a rubber band. Well, guess what? Not anymore. Come here. There we go. Ah, got it. Cool, its mouth opens. Sweet. I forgot to show you guys the back here. Spoiler alert, these are the other Zords here. As you can see, there's the one we just got. There is the Mastodon. That is the Triceratops with the Blue Ranger. That looks pretty cool. Saber-toothed Tiger with the Yellow Ranger. And up here, we actually have 2 figures instead of 1. We have the Pink Ranger with what looks like a putty right there. And the Pterodactyl Zord. I completely forgot what it was for a second. So here it is, the movie version of the T-Rex Zord from Power Rangers, and as you can see, this is actually a lot smaller than what I originally saw in the box. What happened? Why did it shrink? That looks like the one from the TV show. Okay, it is actually. Yes, this is the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers T-Rex Zord, and this isn't from the very old original toy. This is actually the one that was released back in 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. It actually has a little bit more details than the original toy used to have. I think the legs used to be chrome instead of gray, but still, it's a pretty cool toy. Now let's compare this Zord to the new Zord. Hang on, I gotta back this guy up just a little bit. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here comes Daddy! Oh! Oh my gosh. That thing is huge next to this. Look at that. Good lord, that thing is big. So yes, I know the size-wise is a little bit different, but still, it's pretty cool. Actually, I brought something else with me. Hold on. So I thought, before, I continue on, since this guy just met the movie version of the Red Zord, it's time for the movie Red Ranger to meet the original Red Ranger. There he is. The meeting of the Red Rangers. That is cool. I know. He's tiny. The Red Ranger sits in here in the mouth. Say, aw. He goes in here, actually. And he goes. Now he's inside the Red Ranger, or T-Rex Zord. I guess this is his window right here. And I guess these are his arms right here. There's his big tail. Just looking at the color-wise, this is like by far the boldest Zord for red I've ever seen. I know I've seen others red Zords, but this one is really, really red. If I looked at the other one, this one doesn't have as much red. It's got some black in it. It's got a lot of silver, or in this case gray, but this one has a lot, and I do mean a lot of red. I don't know if this is all going to be like that when the movie comes out, but I guess we'll find out. It does have a little bit of the Transformers feel, and this will combine into the Megazord. Now, look at this, guys. I just saw this when I was pulling this out. If you're wondering where the head is for the Megazord, it's not on the pterodactyl. Where is the head of the Megazord? Guess what? It is in here. It's right down here. There's the head, right there. So, spoiler, this is the head of the Megazord. That is so cool. I am so glad they added this part, or this piece, in this Zord. But there it is. And I think, if my geography is correct, on the Zord, the head, I think, goes right here. If I can get it in here. Yep, that's where it goes. Alright, T-Rex, onward! Here's the gun. I haven't pulled out the little strap just yet. It keeps the batteries from working. I guess it's, I guess it makes a noise or something, but this actually shoots out a bunch of, like, blasters or something, but, oh wait, this doesn't do that. Where does the blasters come out of? Oh, they come out of here. They're missiles that come out of this area. So the missiles, you load them in here, so both of the missiles are locked and loaded. I don't know exactly where you push to trigger it. Nope, no button. All you do is just stick your finger in there and boop, there it goes. So I think the gun goes in his back area. It's supposed to make sound effects. Uh-oh. I don't think this has batteries in it. But it's supposed to make sound effects when you shoot the gun here or trigger it. But it looks like either the batteries died or maybe there's no batteries in it whatsoever. And speaking of Zords, I had to bring out the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Zords. This is all of them. I don't have the Dragon Zord one, but I have the original. There's the Mastodon, there's the Pterodactyl, there's the Triceratops, Saber-Tooth Tiger, and the Red Ranger Zords. Now, of course, you're going to be asking me, Shaun, are you going to put these into the Megazord? Or combining these to make the Megazord? Yep. You betcha. There it is. The original Megazord from Power Rangers. The first one. That is awesome, isn't it? Well, there you go, you guys. That is the Red Zord, the Red T-Rex Zord. I hope you enjoyed it. By the way, I will not be transforming this into part of the Megazord just yet. I know I did the head already, but I'll save the rest of the Megazord formation when I actually get the other Zords as well. That would include the Triceratops, the Saber-Tooth Tiger, the Mastodon, and the Pterodactyl Zords. Once I have all those Zords together, then I will actually officially make another video about the Zords and combine them into the Megazord for the movie. That's going to be a pretty cool one. And yes, I will be getting the figures as well. I'll do a review about those. I'll compare them to the new ones, or to the old ones that I have, like the Red Ranger that I showed you guys a few minutes ago, and all that fun stuff. And that's basically the video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you thought this video was cool, hit the thumbs up button. It was greatly appreciated. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. End scene. Oh, and very quickly, before I forget, it's morphin' time!